Morning. Now that I've figured out how to use this fucking camera without, making my videos private and everything, I was trying to go back and see, like, which shit that I had talked about that was private because I didn't want anyone to miss anything pertinent. Not that anything I have to say is fucking pertinent, but, yesterday, I just wanted to talk about this briefly. Yesterday, I uploaded a video about an incident that happened to me after going to the doctor and the pharmacy, and the way the people at the pharmacy treated me when I called them about their fucking mistake. They had put the wrong doctor's name on the bottle. And the reason that was a big deal to me is because I had started seeing a new doctor, and when you start seeing a new doctor here in California, you sign a piece of paper that says, I will not seek other doctors, like, I don't know, like doctor shopping, med seeking, or whatever. And due to the fact that he was a new doctor to me, I didn't want it to get back to him thinking that I had seen my previous doctor again and doubled up on my medication. Okay, so I called the pharmacy. I told you guys the story yesterday. I'm not going to tell you the whole thing again. But anyway, basically she told me that it was a mistake. They put the wrong name on the bottle. And she was really rude the whole time. Whoever I was talking to was extremely rude the whole time. And this was at Lima's Pharmacy in Eureka, California. They claim to be Lima's professional pharmacy, and this was about the most unprofessional fucking treatment that I've ever gotten from anyone in my life. Okay, I went there this morning to try to talk to them, and they wouldn't let me fucking film the conversation because they know good and goddamn well they're in the wrong. And if I was to so choose to report them to the Board of Pharmacies or the DEA or whoever fucking, controls, pharmacies. And let me reiterate, this place has been in trouble before, okay? This is a husband and wife that own the place. The husband used to be the pharmacist. He was told he could no longer be the pharmacist because he was taking medications, I think, for himself, and maybe possibly even selling them. So then Ramona Lima, who's the owner now, had to take over. And as far as I know, she's really nice. I have no problem with her. My problem is with the person who was extremely rude to me on the phone, hung up the phone, told me, we've had this conversation so many times, Cameron. I've never fucking called them before in my life about my medications. I've called them about my mother's medications because my mother's 71 years old and didn't understand why she had gotten her thyroid medicine for 4 months in a row, had the same fucking month, day, and year on it. Like, they never changed the date. Like, from May, June, July, and August, they all said May. It was like fucking 4 months of May 14th. So I figured, okay, fuck, let me call this place and, like, see if there's something going on with their computer. What the hell's going on? Anyway, when I talked to this fucking wicked witch on the phone, who probably has little monkey fucking goblins at her house to protect her, because you'd almost have to be that much of a fucking cunt. She told me, oh, I mistakenly put the wrong name on the bottle. But then I said to her, did you, or was that my last refill from my previous doctor? Because he had written me a script with 6 refills, meaning you get 7, okay? The original one and 6 more. They only filled it 6 times. Her explanation to that is California state law dictates that you only get 6 months of medication at a time. I looked that up, untrue. Okay, so basically they kept one refill of the medication to do God knows what with, And then, so I said, okay, well, whatever. I have a new doctor, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I carried a new prescription in, new doctor, new name, carried it in. Actually, I didn't. I had someone else do it because I don't generally like to go out and deal with, people in public a lot, that I don't know and don't like because of situations like this. So anyway, she proceeded to, be an asshole, just really talk down to me, act as if I was an idiot, act as if I was trying to get away with something. And I told her on several occasions, I'm not trying to get more medication. I do not want more medication. I just want you to know, I just spit. I just want you to know that, like, you guys are totally fuck-ups, like you guys, and I didn't say that, I said you guys put the wrong dates on bottles, you do this, you do that. And she goes, well, it was an accident. I put the wrong name on the bottle. So she was the one that did it, because whoever I got on the phone first said, let me put you on the phone with my manager, who I'm assuming was the pharmacist, okay, the actual pharmacist. And when she stated, I put the wrong name on the bottle, admitted to me that she had made the mistake, okay? Then I called my doctor, new doctor, tell him what happened. He's like, fuck, I've never heard of anything like that. Let me call him. He calls them. They tell him a completely different story. They're like, no, we gave him medication with your name on it. He calls me back. He's like, dude, I don't know if I can continue to treat you. You're a new patient. They told me a totally different story. The stories conflict. I go, doctor, I'm not going to say his name because I really like him. And he has nothing to do with this. I go, sir, I have the bottle in my possession with the wrong doctor's name on it, and I will bring it and show it to you at our next visit. I said, as a matter of fact, I could drive it down and show it to you right now. And he was like, no, just keep it, and we'll talk about it at our next visit. So I'm going to do that, hoping that, like, he doesn't, like, fire me as a client, because I didn't do anything fucking wrong. Like, I thought I was trying to do, and you know what, I'll tell you something else. I will never fucking try to do the right thing again. That shows me that, like, doing the right thing doesn't get you anything. You get no fucking, hey, that good for you. It's like if I went out and found a big ass bag of money and I turned it into the police, and then the next day they arrested me for bank robbery. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you guys. So, anyway, enough about that. I just want to let you know, I tried to go up there today. They wouldn't let me fucking film the conversation, on the grounds that it was their private property, and she also told me, you can't film controlled medications. And I was like, seriously? Like, I can't fucking, like, nobody can read the bottles way in the back what they say, and, like, what difference would it make even if they could, but, like, then they go into this, like, fucking diatribe of, like, oh, if we get robbed, so, anyway, it's just a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, looking back on the things that, I didn't, I guess I uploaded, but I hadn't clicked public, like they were private. And, like, I don't know who would make a YouTube video, like, for private use only, I guess, like, because to me it seems like you would just send that video to said person, but whatever. So some of the things on there were, like, story times and things like that, and we can make all that up. Anyway, I have like 11, or not 11, like 6 minutes left here, until I get this thing dialed in to where I can film for endless hours or whatever at a time, which I probably won't ever do anyway. But, I thought I'd give you another interesting story time based on the current situation. When I first returned from Los Angeles, and this is how fucked up, I'm telling you this because this is how fucked up the medical system is here in California, and Northern California in particular. Because when I was living in LA, I didn't really run into any of these problems with doctors or, hospitals or anything like that. Not that I frequent hospitals, but I didn't really run into these problems, okay? So anyway, I wake up one night in the middle of the fucking night, and I'm in excruciating pain from my gut. Like, my gut feels like a combination of, like, I've been starving for like 3 weeks and other pain on top of it. But like anything I tried to put in my stomach, I immediately lost. So I'm like, fuck, I really don't want to go to the hospital. You know, they notoriously make you wait. You know, it's like a fucking 7-hour wait in the waiting room. They don't really do anything for you. Oh, and they have this new policy now where they basically won't give you any pain medication unless you have like an arrow sticking out of your head. So I'm like, fuck, really, what's the point? But anyway, I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe they can give me some kind of like stomach, you know, something I don't know about. You know, I didn't go to medical school. I'm not a pharmacist. Maybe there's a medication that will make this feel better that I don't know about. So I go, and oddly enough, the nurse was like this girl that I had gone to school with. So like, it was kind of cool seeing her. We talked a little bit. When the doctor came in, he sat down and goes, "You've been here over 100 times for the same thing." I've maybe been to the hospital like 4 times in my life. I go, I think that might be a mistake. He goes, well, my computer screen says you've been here over 100 times for the same thing. So then they give me like this drug test. Obviously, there's no drugs in my system. You know, obviously their first thought is I'm like med seeking or whatever, I guess. No drugs in my system. So I'm like, sir, I've been living in Los Angeles, you know. I live in Los Angeles half the year or half my life, whatever. I've been down there for 2 years. There's no way I could have been to the hospital 100 times in the last year here to this hospital. I have some money, but I don't have enough money to pay that kind of, I mean, that's like fucking probably over $1 million worth of hospital shit, don't you think? I mean, you know, because every time you go, they fucking EKG, MRI, scan your cat, fucking run your dog, suck your dick, and, you know, all this other kind of shit. So, anyway, I get to thinking about it, and I run into, one of my old friend's brothers, okay? And it comes to light that he used to be a workout partner of mine. We're very close in size. We have a lot of this, not the same tattoos, but we both have a lot of tattoos. So come to find out, he had been, and you know, unfortunately, this person has since died of an overdose. And I hold no ill feelings towards him. He was one of my best friends in the world, and I wish he was still here today. But it turns out that since I was like living in LA, he figured since he couldn't go, like, and like I should tell you, the surrounding area here, all the hospitals are kind of connected. It's like called the St. Joseph's Health System. So like he's out in Fortuna, I'm in Eureka. So like if he had gone to the Fortuna hospital, whatever, they probably would have known him. So like he's like coming here and going to the Arcata hospital and doing this type of stuff, saying that he's me. And it's really easy to get away with because, you know, if you go to the hospital, they're not going to turn you away. Like if they say, hey, do you have your ID? No, I forgot my wallet. Oh, do you have your social security number? Fuck, I can't remember it. Okay, what's your name? And then they type it in and go, okay, here you are. Okay, so like this dude had been using my fucking name to go to the hospital and do this type of shit. Now, because like, and these are all things that like lead up to my anxiety of like these things that happen with new doctors, because I'm always afraid they're going to look at their screens and see this and not believe the actual story and this type of thing. Which is why I've actually, you know, not only started doing this because of my bodybuilding comeback, but now I've decided to film most of my fucking life because it's pretty interesting anyway, and I want to have proof of this type of shit. Anyway, I'm running out of time right now, so like I'm going to cut it off really quickly and I'll come right back.